We're Brian and Emily, and this is our adventure pup Wes. Last month, we took the ultimate leap of leaving our life in Lake Tahoe and long-term careers behind to travel and experience new things and places while we can. In this video, we leave the remote Alaskan town of Haines and continue north into Canada. This was a complete detour for us, as we originally thought we would be able to take the ferry all the way to Valdez, only to find out that one of the main ferry ships was out of commission for the season. From Haines, the only way into the interior of Alaska is by crossing into Canada. While we weren't expecting this to be part of our route, we embraced the adventure and beautiful scenery in the Yukon territory.
Welcome back to the channel. Next stop, the Canadian border. This should be fun. Just kidding, we had to make a pit stop at a burger joint. Came highly recommended from a friend, and it was freaking awesome. Highly recommend if you come through here, stop at the 33 Mile Roadhouse. Now let's get to Canada.
Hi.
Yep.
Where does everyone live?
Lake Tahoe?
You open those up to the passport page, please?
Yes.
Where you coming from? Where you going?
We are coming from Lake Tahoe, Nevada, and we are headed to Anchorage.
How did you get to Haines from Nevada?
Bellingham, so we took the ferry up.
How busy was it today?
We came up on the ferry actually like a week ago, and we
And
spent...
you just took the Juno one?
Yeah, exactly.
I know. How busy is it?
Oh, in Haines?
No, like, I just want to know like how much traffic I should expect. So, like,
Not a lot.
Ferry.
Yeah.
Perfect. Any alcohol, tobacco, cannabis on board?
No.
Any firearms, weapons of any kind?
No.
Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. That was easy. We're in Canada!
Hey!
Border crossing could not have been more smooth. Guy asked minimal questions, didn't want to see the inside of the van, didn't care, just want to know how busy it was in Haines. So now we're in BC, and we're gonna head north into the Yukon today and find camp. Super excited to be in Canada and this beautiful country.
It's pretty interesting how as soon as you cross into Canada, the landscape just changes. We went from pine trees and snow-capped mountains, a lot of green, to like a lot of almost looks like aspen and bushes and like some rugged mountains. It's still beautiful. It's just, I think it's funny that it almost knows where the border is.
How's that mosquito bite?
Ah! It's big.
Yeah.
Those no-see-ums they're a menace.
We soon entered into the Yukon territory and were headed to a dispersed site near Haines Junction, but not before picking up a few groceries first at the very small local market. After a quick pit stop, we had about 30 minutes before finding camp. The trail was short but a little narrow to get in, but once we got there, we were treated with views for miles and not a soul around.
Home for the night. Our first dispersed camping in the Yukon. We got this killer view. There's like 4 glaciers on the mountain back there that you can see. Score.
Brian, do you feel like a Yukon man?
It's gonna take a little getting used to bear country. The big bears. And the moose. Mice. Moises. How do you say? How's a plural moose? Just moose. I have my bear spray. They sell it at the gas stations here. I had to fill out a form because you can't bring it from the States into Canada. But when you get to Canada, you can get more. So we had a brand new can in Haines that we had to leave behind. And then I got my camp knife. That's it. And my dog. And my dog is protesting the time change because he knows it's dinner. Wes, want your supper? And he got a bell too, a bear bell.
We watched the mountains play hide and seek with the clouds that afternoon and had a peaceful evening scouting for any animals in the meadow below.
So this is literally us every morning, almost every morning, trying to figure out where we're gonna go, like today, tomorrow. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like Onyx is gonna do us any good in Canada. Nothing is showing up. So we're gonna have to use a different platform to find our next home. I'm not that impressed with iOverlander either.
Be cautious.
That's like, hey, go park in this person's driveway. They don't care. Looks like we'll be using Google Maps. Can you hear the bear dog? Wes, come here.
This little bear bell. This has been like a really fabulous spot for our first night in the Yukon. We're lucky we found this spot because it looks like we're gonna have maybe a rougher time continuing through the rest of the Yukon. We do have a spot picked out for tonight. It's like 2 hours away. Hopefully we luck out when we get there.
Yeah, this has been pretty awesome though. I can't get over these views.
Those glaciers are spectacular. I hope it's coming through on video.
There's also a meadow. There's a cliff right here and a meadow down there. We were hoping to see some wildlife. We haven't seen anything, but it's still pretty.
Yeah. One thing, if you are coming in from Haines, so if you're gonna do the Haines Highway from Haines, Alaska into the Yukon, just be aware of a couple of things. So when you come through into Canada, when you enter Canada, Canada is pretty strict on what you can actually bring into the country. So you can't bring any meat, any produce, any seeds, any dairy, any firearms, weapons, bear spray. We had to buy a new bear spray when we got here, which we were lucky to find. No alcohol, tobacco, cannabis. And we didn't have any of those things on us when we crossed the border, and the border agent asked. We said no, it was a super easy crossing. But what that means is, like, then you don't really have anything, no supplies in your van when you get here. And let me tell you, the groceries, the markets are slim pickings up here.
Haines Junction is small. I mean, there's some markets and gas stations and stuff, but their grocery store is pretty limited.
Yeah, so we got just kind of the bare essentials. We'll get through the next few days. But if you are going to do the Haines Highway, I don't know, maybe stock up on like some canned soups or things like that that you can bring in so that you're not paying astronomical prices at a place that doesn't have a lot of options.
I think we're gonna get packed up and go find our new spot for the night. I'd like to spend one more night in the Yukon. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we're about,
It's desolate.
what did I say? We're about like 3 hours from the Alaskan border, I think, where we are right now. Want to take the time to soak all this in.
It's also a Saturday.
Yeah.
We really don't know what to expect as far as dispersed camping. We tried to stay at a campground yesterday outside of Haines Junction and they were full. And they gave us a map of some other campsites. I just don't think we're gonna find a campground tonight. It's all part of the adventure.
We'll see what we get. All right, we'll see you down the road.
We ended up finding a pretty sweet little campground down the road. And one of the coolest parts about it, minus the lake access, free firewood. They supply the rounds, you just cut it into what you want. It's pretty cool.
A nice big campground.
There's a kiosk over here.
Sites are all spread out pretty good. That's where you can get free firewood. And apparently there's an interpretive trail that we're trying to find right now for a little walk.
They really are serious about the bears in this area, this campground. It's like the first thing you read in the manual, on the boards. They have this cool cooking shelter with this iron stove you can come in and use. It's pretty neat. Now we're gonna go on a hike where you're instructed to bring bear spray and make noise and keep your dog on a leash because they frequent the area. And these are grizzlies they're talking about. So let's go see if we can find a big fuzzy teddy bear. The bear buffet. Don't become part of it. Right over here is the electric fence. If you're sleeping in a tent at this campground, you have to sleep inside the electric fence so you don't become part of the buffet.
I dare you to go touch it.
I dare you to pee on it.
How's the bear go?
I think I see mountain goats. No bears. We didn't even see any bear poop, but there's all these berries in here that they make their way to. So it's supposed to be high season. We did see 3 mountain goats though, or 4 off in the distance. So that's always cool. Is it a new toy day? What is it? Oh, I know. It's been a while, huh? You wanna go swimming? Beach day. So according to the kiosk, the information board at this campground, this right here, from like our camp up, is a wildlife corridor. So tent campers are not allowed in this part of the campground. How's that water, buddy? I bet it's cold.
It looks cold. Nothing makes him happier than getting that ball, huh?
Nope.
The simple joys in life. You going swimming?
I don't think so.
No?
That breeze picked up.
Yeah.
The sun came out, but the breeze came out with it.
We woke up to a pretty windy morning the next day and decided to continue further north through the Yukon to another campground, but not without having to dodge Volkswagen-sized potholes and buckled roads with endless whoop-de-doos first. There should be a saying in the Yukon that if the moose don't eat you, the roads will. Canadian 20. In case you didn't know what that looked like. About $15, roughly $15 US for a campsite, so not bad. Hopefully the rain goes away. Today is sticker day. Got a few stickers we're gonna put on. We're kind of behind. Let's get sticking.
Emily's the decal gal.
Juno, we love you. Canada. Alaska Marine Highway. A little crooked. Oh, it's working.
Probably my favorite one. That one or the Yukon. It'd be cool to get a fish eating a bear. There's like 3 beans left.
Thank you.
You're welcome. A hot cup of joe on this chilly, rainy morning. We've got about a 2-hour drive as we make our way back into Alaska. Hope to see you on the next adventure out there.